South Sudan celebrate African Child Day. South Sudan and Kenya revenue authorities enhance regional custom cooperation. Light Health Science Institute graduates over 70 health workers. Very good evening. This is SSBC News coming to you live in our studio headquarters here in Juba. My name is Mayiriam Yok. We begin our news for tonight with some presidential decrees. Relief of the state governor. Pursuant to the provision of the Article 165, 1V and 106A2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan, 2011 as amended, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of Laws and General Provision Act 2006. I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve Honorable Augustino Jadala Camilo Wani from his position as the Governor of Central Equatoria State, issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, the 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan. Appointment of the State Governor. Pursuant to the provision of the Article 165, 1V and 106A2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan, 2011 as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint Honorable Rabi Majung Emmanuel as the Governor of Central Equatoria State, issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, the 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Relief of the two undersecretaries. Pursuant to the provision of the Article 101E of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan, 2011, as amended, read together with Section 13 of the Civil Service Act 2011, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve two undersecretaries from their respective position as hereunder. 1. Honorable Ashir John Manyuat, and the Secretary Minister of Trade and Industry. 2. Honorable Peter Mahal Theo, and the Secretary Minister of Water Resource and Irrigation, issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Appointment of the two undersecretaries. Pursuant to the provision of the Article 101E of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, read together with Section 13 of the Civil Service Act 2011, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint two undersecretaries to respective positions as hereunder. 1. Honorable Ustaz Yilwal Kaur, and the Secretary Minister of Trade and Industry. 2. Honorable Ashir John Manyuat, and the Secretary Minister of Water Resource and Irrigation, issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Appointment of the Technical Advisor. Pursuant to the provision of Article 106A2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011, as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint Honorable Peter Mahal Theo as the Technical Advisor to the Ministry of Water Resource and Irrigation, issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Cuba. Revocation of the appointment of the Grade 3 Ambassador in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, pursuant to the provision of Section 25(1) of the Diplomatic and Consular Service Act 2011, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of the Laws and General Provision Act 2006. I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby revoke the appointment of the Emmanuel Yohannes Yor Ajawin as the Grade 3 Ambassador in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. Issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 16th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. Those were the publican decrees. Now to continue with our news, let's cross to Parliament. The South Sudan Children Parliament as advocate for substantial budget allocation to key sectors, including education, health and agriculture, to reduce malnutrition and illiteracy among the children. This come and global celebration of the International Day of the African Child on Monday. As SSBC Bakita Akwendit report, children representatives have the lawmakers to lead effectively legislation aimed at boosting this service.
Dressed in parliamentary attires at the National Parliament's premises, representatives from the South Sudan Children's Parliament engaged parliamentarians on the importance of inclusive dialogue and decision-making process in promoting the rights of children to quality education as a foundation for South Sudanese prosperity. This is in line with the commemoration of the Day of African Child that traces its origin back to 1976, when African students protested against poor quality education, leading to their killings. Parliamentarians, representatives from the Save the Children, World Vision and Plan International joined this group to mark the day. Speaking during the event, Speaker of Parliament Jemanunu Kumba commended various organizations for their steadfast support to children's rights to education and health care services, as well as providing adequate food services, reaffirming government's commitment to taking care of children in terms of policies.
To recommit ourselves to the cause of the children's rights in our country. The children are our future, they are our hope, and they are our strength. They are our strength. Because as we age, they are the ones who are going to be there to support and to carry the nation forward.
Additionally, Speaker Nunu echoed President Kiir's directives of free education and affordable health care system for all the children in the country.
We are also aware that our President, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, is not taking the issue of education lightly. That's why he, 3 years ago, declared free education for our children, to enable our children who cannot access education to enroll in schools.
Mazemil Sibit of Save the Children organization, who spoke on behalf of all the collaborating organizations, described the day as important in reflecting children's voices and addressing their needs.
What is very important is that every child has a potential. I appeal to parents to contribute in ensuring that the potential of every child is realized. There is a lot in children that we can nurture to be better citizens and active citizens for this country.
Naomi Joseph, Speaker of South Sudan Children's Parliament, appealed to the government to take firm action in providing conducive environment for all the children to exercise their rights. A statement echoed by Gu Alin, a member of Parliament of South Sudan Children's Council.
But are you sure we are the leaders? Because if you don't give the leaders food, what will they eat? We will die of hunger. If you don't send us to school, what language are we going to use to write when we become the leaders? Are we going to speak in Arabic in conferences globally?
Ladies and gentlemen,
As we talk about health, we should not only focus on the physical well-being of our bodies and that. Ladies and gentlemen, we should consider how people get affected emotionally.
This year's theme, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights in South Sudan, seeks to advocate for the welfare and protection of children in the country. Reporting for SSBC, Bakita Akundi Gabiem, Juba.
And now to a board where the government there, in collaboration with the UN agency, joined in the commemoration of the African Child Day under the theme, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights and Progress. Addressing the event, the State Minister of Child and Social Welfare, William Chol, described children as the backbone of the country, urging the people of Jonglei State to respect child rights. The Minister of Labor and Public Service, Duer Nyon Gatkwas, appeals to parents and guidance to stop child labor and support child education. UNHCR representative Awol Deng reiterates the UN's continued support to promoting children education. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Monday Samaya Kumba, and his delegation returned to Juba after participating in the ministerial meeting of coordinators on the implementation of the follow-up action from the Forum and China Cooperation, as well as the post-China African Economic and Trade Expo in Chinese city of Shanghai.
I, together with my accompanying delegation, participated effectively in the FOCAC Ministerial Coordinators meeting and Expo on China-Africa Economic and Trade Cooperation. And on behalf of our government and people, I have delivered a comprehensive statement, and I also submitted a number of useful and effective interventions during the meetings. Also, while in Changsha, I managed to meet with a number of my counterparts in African countries, and I also had an opportunity to conduct a bilateral meeting with the chairman of China International Development Cooperation Agency, including a very fruitful bilateral talks with my Chinese counterpart, His Excellency Minister Wang Yi. And in my in the conclusion of my engagements in Changsha, I joined my other colleagues from Africa to endorse what we call Changsha Declaration on Solidarity and Cooperation between Africa and China.
The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Elbino Akola Tak, and the Governor of Warab State, Ambassador Bulwek Angot, discussed the humanitarian situation in the state during the meeting in Juba on Monday. Minister Elvino Akol revealed that over 900 vulnerable people have been registered, adding that the ministry is committed to providing essential service. Governor Bulwek welcomed the swift response and called on the public to support peaceful coexistence to allow humanitarian operation.
We received a report and briefing from him and the chairperson of RRC in the states about the status of humanitarian situation in the states, which revealed that about 900,000 people are affected in the states for various reasons. One of them is the climate change impact. This is flood impact, and those who return from Sudan, and also impact of communal fights in the area. Plus, of course, the economic hardship that is affecting our people. These have affected this number of people, and they are now critically in need of food assistance, health care services, wash, which is water, especially the clean drinking water, and other services. We also committed that we will continue providing all the support he needs based on our ability. In our side also, we inform them that we are working very hard to prepare for upcoming flood impact in all over South Sudan and including in Warabi states. This is why we inform them that we will visit them very soon.
This is the most relevant ministry in my assignment as new governor of Warabi state. My state is in trouble. It has communal conflict. It has issues of climate change. It has issues of interstate conflict. And they have compounded the humanitarian needs. And the state needs humanitarian intervention. Just this week alone, there are intensive conflict of displacement, banning of the homestays of the local people, and some most needy people in the state are in urgent needs of life-saving assistance, shelter, food, medicine, and so on. So I'm lucky that I met Honorable Minister and the chairman of the RRC Commission, his deputy, and they are actually knowledgeable about what is happening and the needs for the whole country. They have been doing this job for a very long time, and they have assured me that they will support me. They will support the state. They will do it as their duty because we have to take care of our citizens, our population.
Our dear viewers, let's go for this short break. We shall be right back shortly. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching SSBC News. The National Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, national and international gender expert convened in Juba to evaluate the impact of the extended transitional period on women in leadership. Acting Minister Esther Ekeri Elazir urged the women leaders to prioritize recommendations from previous forums and conferences. UNDP representative Natasha Konema commends the government's commitment to women empowerment, calling for more support to ensure safe environment for women participation in peace building and governance.
Political sphere. And within this extension model, we know what are the opportunities for women, advancement, what are the challenges that women will continue to face, but what is the way forward? How do we reposition women within the upcoming time? This will also help us to align our programming because we want to have a more response approach towards women's participation in leadership, particularly looking at things that can help us improve on our participation. So this meeting is intending to look at the impact of women in relation to the extension, but it will also discuss and allow us to brainstorm on what has worked, what has not worked, and how do we move forward together. In South Sudan, our initiatives focus on enhancing women's political and decision-making participation, developing policies for women equity, improving women's access to better livelihoods, and combating sexual and gender-based violence. Today's event is a significant component of a project called Women's Leadership and Political Participation during South Sudan's transitional period, a joint effort between UNDP, UN Women, and the UN Peacebuilding Fund. This important project aims to tackle the root causes of women's marginalization in decision-making processes. Moreover, it supports the implementation of the South Sudan National Action Plan on UN Security Council Resolution 1325 on women, peace and security, which emphasizes women's constitution.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security on Monday met with the Canadian ambassador to discuss continuous support for agriculture sector. The ministries and the secretary, Professor Matthew Gordon, say the meeting focused on enhancing food security and increasing women's participation in agriculture. Ambassador Johanny Mins highlighted the importance of addressing climate change and conflict-related challenges, reaffirming Canada's ongoing support to South Sudan.
We had a productive meeting today with Honourable Minister Abdul Baghi. Together we discussed the food security situation in the country and how we can continue to work together to address challenges, especially from conflict, economic hardships, and climate change perspectives. We also exchanged ideas on how we can improve women's participation and their role in the agriculture sector, something that Canada is already doing with our programming in food security and livelihoods. We discussed the government of South Sudan's efforts to address tensions, foster reconciliation, and promote peaceful coexistence, including the urgency of finding a diplomatic solution to address the ongoing political tensions that threaten existing peace. As the fourth largest donor in international assistance to South Sudan, I emphasized Canada's continued support for health, food security, and education, with gender equality at the center of our investments.
We had a meeting where she talked a lot of things related to how Canada can support South Sudan in boosting agricultural production and productivity, and then how Canada is cooperating in supporting issues related to food security in the country, which are being implemented by implementing partners like FAO. And also we touched on issues related to food security as well as its impact on insecurity in some part of the country and how can it be mitigated. So a lot of discussion was done, and then the ambassador went ahead that they will still continue supporting South Sudan and availing resources to at least to settle some priority program of the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in the area of food security impact.
The United Nations Office for Project Service, UNOF, has pledged to provide technical support for commercialization of the country's livestock sector. Director of the Horn of Africa Multi-Country Office, Wagnes Mokonene Konet, met with the Minister of Livestock and Fisheries, Onyoti Adigo, to discuss areas of support. Director General for Livestock Production, Martin Yogol, revealed that memorandum of understanding will soon be signed to kickstart the initiative. Wagnes Mokonene outlined the organization's areas of interest and commitment.
The objective of the meeting is to try to explore ways of how we can collaborate and partner in the development of the livestock sector. This is in fact a follow-up meeting we had last week, and we agreed that we have already identified the areas that we are going to collaborate. One of these areas is project management and also procurement management of procurement services, and in areas of infrastructure. We have agreed that we are going to develop a memorandum of understanding, which we have already started developing. We are going to have a meeting sometimes this week to finalize this process, and we are going to sign the memorandum of understanding and see the way forward. From there, we're going to develop specific projects for livestock.
We had a very, very fruitful engagement and conversation. Like what has been indicated earlier, we've agreed that we'll be signing memorandum of understanding to iron out areas of collaboration. We have also identified priorities that we can potentially focus on for our technical team to get together and develop it further. So very, very much happy that I got this opportunity and looking forward for future collaboration. The priority areas are going to be mainly focused around how to really support in commercialization of livestock and fisheries in the country in a way that it changes to the value chain and the potential of all the way to the export market.
South Sudan and the Kenya Revenue Authorities have launched a 4-day technical committee meeting in Juba aimed at enhancing regional custom cooperation. Emmanuel Patrick has more on the story.
The South Sudan Revenue Authority SSRA and the Kenya Revenue Authority KRA have begun a 4-day technical committee meeting aimed at strengthening regional cooperation in revenue administration. Commissioner General of the SSRA, Simon Akwei Deng, officially opened the meeting on Monday at the authority's headquarters in Juba. He said the purpose of the meeting is to draw up an implementation matrix for the Memorandum of Understanding on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Customs Matters, signed on 21st October 2024 between former SSRA Commissioner Africano Mande and his KRA counterpart Humphrey Watanga.
We will be looking to work with Kenya on how to digitize our systems. Not only us, but our partners also are doing the same, like in NCA. The National Communication Authority are also working with Kenya to see how we can penetrate our digital systems and our GSM networks into the rural area. Tax enforcement and planning, which we have already started. We joined REC recently, and we're also looking at how we work together to improve our cross-border trade.
The implementation matrix will act as a 5-year roadmap for collaboration, focusing on critical areas such as digital transformation programs, tax enforcement planning, exchange of information, system tools development, and technical assistance and resource sharing. Dr. Daniel Konater from the South Sudan Institute for Revenue Administration said the meeting will identify areas where SSRA requires direct technical support from KRA.
What we have here, it is an engagement that will go down to technical department. For example, majority of these will need one from custom they now will engage, or two will engage for the next 4 days till they go, because we want to highlight areas that we need assistance from the Kenya Revenue Authority. All that thing we are going to be doing will always end with SIRA. And SIRA now is the vehicle. It's the vehicle that will be driving the skills. And of course, you will not be going to collect taxes when you don't understand the tax law. And for you to be able to understand the tax law, SIRA will make sure that will uncover all this, so that when you go and meet with your counterpart in the region, you can be able to speak with confidence.
The head of the Kenyan delegation, Madam Teresa, assured SSRA of KRA commitment to align on key priority areas and deliver results that both institutions and citizens can appreciate.
If there are areas that we need to incorporate for the benefit of our two nations and enhancing our revenue mobilizations, then we shall be able to do that through the necessary technical support that we shall be able, or we shall be required to provide from our side.
The 4-day discussions are expected to deepen interagency ties and enhance customs cooperation between South Sudan and Kenya. Emmanuel Patrick Lakou, SSBC News, Juba.
Our viewers, let's have another break, which I'll be right back. Stay tuned for the rest of the news coming up. Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching SSBC News. Communities in Rukona County and Bentiu of Unity State are appealing for provision of the clean water facility following widespread damage caused by the recent floods. The appeal was made during a post-flood impact assessment conducted by the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation. SSBC Isaac Laduri report.
Authorities in Unity State says many installed water facilities have been damaged by previous floods, leaving the communities in dire need for support. Kaitiep Makwach is the State Director for Water Supply, Sanitation and Hygiene.
People now, they get water, which is untreated water and clean water, not safe for drinking. But when they try to make manually, they boil the water, and then they put to cold, and then they drink. During this time, the cholera is too much in this area.
The Director for Hydrology in the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, Charles Koboji Akata, says there is need to rehabilitate the water facilities that the floods destroyed.
And one thing we observe on the ground is, villages are coming because the land behind here is being reclaimed by this front dike. And you see many people are already coming, but these people are not getting clean water. Right now, this is just a small assessment, but things it seems not very friendly. So we urge, our partners to come in to rehabilitate some of these water facilities so that the villagers are encouraged to come back.
The representative of the women explains the challenges facing them on the ground.
boga ba ai derin ni chana ni ne lo gaidin bas bakun jana lo maisha moya bakun grif minno ni ne afchanin.
The State Director for Curative and Medical Referral Services, Peter Majwai, says the state hospital is overcrowded due to the rising cases of malaria and water diarrhea, among other diseases.
When people are living in congested manner, the situation or livelihood situation used to come very forward. For that matter, our hospital now has become congested because of malaria cases, pneumonia, cases, diarrhea, bloody and watery diarrhea. All those cases are coming to the hospital.
According to the state officials, the construction of dikes has attracted local communities to return back to their villages. Isaac Ludori Emmanuel, Bentiu Town, Unity State.
The newly appointed Director General of the National Electricity Corporation, Joseph Kurajak, officially resumed his new assignment, replacing Engineer Baker Wan Deng, who served in the corporation for over 10 years. Addressing the reception ceremony, the corporation's Deputy Director General, Adak Costa, expressed commitment to deliver service to the public. The newly appointed Director General of the National Electricity Corporation, Joseph Kurajak, fly to serve people of South Sudan, adding that he would develop electricity sector to boost job opportunities and ensure power supply. The Undersecretary for the Ministry of Energy and Dam, Matthew assured the African Development Bank and other partners to continue supporting the government in implementing developmental projects.
But our engineers are still working. They have not given up, though the situation is hard. They have not given us, and they are working tirelessly, Engineer Madio, to carry on with other projects. You are aware that our engineers in SEG are working together with you to bring the transmission line interconnection with Uganda and also interconnection with Addis Ababa. And I want to assure all the public that with the present team, all South Sudan will be electrified, including the rural.
South Sudan is a land of great potential, blessed with abundant resources. But to unlock that potential, we must ensure a stable, efficient, and reliable supply of electricity. I envision a South Sudan where our airports operate 24/7, where electric trains are not dreams but daily realities. I envision South Sudan where cities and villages illuminated by street lights, ensuring security and mobility after sunset.
We believe that with the collaboration of all the stakeholders who are contributing in this development, we will achieve these dreams for our citizens. So I request all partners, including African Development Bank, World Bank, to stand with Ministry of Energy Dams to achieve its strategic plan.
The Ruweng Administrative Area Legislative Assembly resumed activities on Monday. Addressing the ceremony, Chief Administrator Estevano Will Damalek described the opening of the Parliament as milestone. The Speaker of the Ruweng Administrative Area Legislative Assembly, Arob Kokir, flew to working closely with the executive body to address the challenges facing the people of Ruweng with emphasis on basic service. Legislators in Upper Nile State have concluded a 3-day training on budget drafting. Addressing the event, the head of delegation from the Transitional National Legislature, Ajak Abraham, said the training would help committee members and others line institutions in the state in drafting the budget. UNMIS Field Office Alfred Horano assured importance of the trainings in providing service delivery. The acting Speaker of the Afanal State Legislative Assembly, Deng Bol, urged the participant to put the skills and knowledge into action in order to serve the public. The State Information Minister Peter Nyoji Awich stressed the importance of the training in equipping financial officials with the skill for efficient public procurement and disposal of asset procedures.
We are a team that was in Bor last week. In this week we are here. By next Monday we'll be in Bibor. The other teams are already across the country. Honorable Minister, gladly, Malakal has been so peaceful to us, and Malakal has been so home to us. We've overloaded these people with a lot of information and a lot of documents. Mr. Orono, with your permission, as United Nations mission in South Sudan, with Madam Hilda, I'm very sure what they have here is a complete information.
I heard about your priorities. And as an elder that I am now, I can comment about it. One of the priorities you have is peace and reconciliation. If you budget for roads and infrastructure, roads to connect people and communities, roads to transport goods and services.
I wish you people conducted such a workshop for the executives. This is going to UNDP because you are the one supporting such workshops. I want you also to create a workshop trying to teach the executive and the legislature how to generate money, not only to just do the budget.
Let's have another short break. We shall be right back. Stay tuned, don't go away. To continue with our news, government in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, organized workshop on public procurements and disposal of assets in Rumbek Lake State. In its opening remark, the State Minister of Finance and Planning, Majok Anyamdal, said the training will equip the participants with the skills and knowledge on public procurement and disposal of assets. The chairperson of the Public Procurement and Disposal of Assets Committee in the state, Mabor Kau Akech, stressed the importance of implementing Public Procurement and Disposal of Assets Act. UNDP economic and governance consultant Matiop Agwek affirms readiness in building the capacity of the procurement and disposal of assets official to enhance service delivery.
It is the post-training that was being carried out by the Ministry of Finance in Lagos State in different capacities and different institutions. This department was under the Ministry of Finance, National Government, at the Department of Procurement and Disposal Asset. But recently, because of the recent agreement, it was carved out from the National Ministry of Finance to be the commission. It is a commission for public procurement and disposal of assets.
The capacity building in 2024, and today we are doing the fourth workshop for the state government. The workshop for today, which is going to run for 3 days, is basically on the procurement and disposal of assets.
the reason as to why UNDP is supporting these kind of workshops, because UNDP is interested in helping the state government to build capacity in all the institutions so that the government is able to function effectively and efficiently. So,
the Light Institute for Health Science and Advanced Management has graduated over 70 health workers in ceremony are signing out. SSBC Abate Simon Kondo report.
The overall objectives of the institute is to educate young South Sudanese in order to claim their potentials in socio-economic arenas and fight ignorance, diseases and poverty, besides provision of quality professional health education. The principal and the executive director of Light Institute of Health Science and Advanced Management, Professor Dr. James Sinay, urged the students of various departments, including public health and nursing, to engage more in practicals at hospitals to certify the knowledge acquired.
You have to join the internship first. There, the theoretical that you have done with us, we are not denying you. We know very well. You have done it, you fast, and you are good. And we sign on that. But still, you need what? You need the practical. The practical is the evidence of what you have been doing for a couple of 4 to 3 years. Okay? They need to check. We have our senior mama who have been in those hospitals.
The patron of the day, the Secretary General of South Sudan Health National Professional Examination Board, Kideno Robina, urged all health professionals to promote quality health education across South Sudan to help the communities with the services of various health categories.
As you go out there, don't forget those who were there because of you. Don't forget that parent of yours who collected bottles to sell in order to give you school fees. Don't forget that mama who has taken years and years without wearing a new cloth because of training you. Some of you ladies, you're already here excited because a man has deceived you and said, I'm going to give you everything. Marriage is not a problem. But the problem will be that some of these men do not allow you to work. Time will reach.
Some students express confidence on the management of the institute and highlight some challenges during the studies, which, according to them, were addressed by hard work to complete their respective courses.
Grateful, and we can say we are going out there to help the community, and we will do our best.
As for Light Institute, I've learned a lot from my school, given me hope that in the future, when I'm to go outside there, I can be able to save lives.
The institute is in collaboration with the South Sudan Professionalism Line institutions to enroll students to various departments of health science to addressing the health service demand in the country. Abate Simon Godo, SSBC News.
Thank you, Abate Simon, for that wonderful report. This story brings us to the end of our evening news. On behalf of the crew members working in the studio and control room, my name is Mayriam Yok. Stay tuned for the rest of the program coming up. Bye-bye for now.
Are you suffering from dental problems and looking for a specialized dental clinic? Don't travel abroad. Ozone Dental Clinics brings you home solutions to all your dental problems. We provide the following services: tooth extraction, orthodontics, pediatric dentistry, teeth filling, whitening, and